Louis, for those who haven't been to Stanley, tell us about the venue concept and what you do there.
Sits right on the Brisbane River. In 2019, I travelled from LA, where I was currently living, to check out this exciting new precinct that I'd heard about in Brisbane, and the last potential spot for a restaurant. I flew to Brisbane, never really spent much time in Brizzy, and it was just beautiful down by the water, and I saw this building. It was old and a little bit run down. It was actually the old Water Police headquarters. So it was a beautiful colonial style building. And we just thought, this has to be a Chinese restaurant, has to be. So that's where the dream kind of started. Um, Now we just really focus on Queensland produce, Queensland seafood, Queensland meat. And we just cook a really, really simple Cantonese style, very fresh, very elegant style food. We sit about 200 people, so it's a big restaurant, but really just focusing on the beautiful fresh seafood, tropical painted crayfish, coral trout, local stockyard beef, beautiful Asian veg that comes from just about half an hour around Brisbane. And we just let the produce be the superstar, showcase it, and just with that really delicate Cantonese style flavors.
Louis, let's go back to before COVID, 2019. You'd opened other venues before Stanley as well. I'd like to know what challenges you faced that you weren't expecting when you opened Stanley.
Stanley was definitely the biggest venue I had opened. When we opened, we had about 300 seats, and I quite wasn't ready for how hungry Brisbane was as a city for new, shiny, big venues, and really that's the most amazing thing about Brisbane still to this day is how much support we get from our customers and Brisbane locals that are just willing to come out to spend money to support businesses and to enjoy good food, good wine, and good cocktails and drinks. So we opened Stanley, and oh my god, it was like I call it like when you're going a big day out and you're there in the festival and people are just streaming down the hill to Howard Smith Wharves. And we were so busy. It was just bananas. We're doing about 700 covers a night from the get go. And it was just one day after the other, leading into the lunch and the dinner, which was so great. But actually, I'd said, I've lived in LA, I've done big cities, but oh my God, Brisbane really was the underdog and was like, it was awesome. It was challenging, really challenging, but I guess at the same time, very positive, and I was really, really grateful as well. So the challenges then were, we could overcome them, and just, because there was so much positivity behind the challenge. So it was a great learning experience for
A,
sure.
a good challenge to have as well. A very good
A
challenge to
painful
have.
and good challenge.
For those out there who are thinking of opening their own venue, what are some hurdles that you would advise they can avoid?
It almost becomes just too overwhelming. You've got when you open that venue, no one knows what's going on. You're the sergeant, you're the commander, you're the guy that's meant to know, or the girl that's meant to know all of the answers from where's the linen to how big is this portion of beef to the lights aren't working.
Mm.
And this it just could almost become too much and you would crumble. But I just feel like being that leader or being that commander of the venue, it's you can't let it get to you. Just keep calm, treat your staff. They're only just asking questions. It might feel that you're about to crumble, but you just got to keep on keeping on, answer the questions, move on to the next, and ultimately the customers are there to have a good time, and you just got to just keep your head on straight, and you will get through it. You might not think you're going to, you might just want to give up, but trust me, keep calm, answer the questions, stay on track, and you'll actually get there.
All operators seem to have some things that they focus on that are really, really important to them or they believe are important that other people overlook. Tell me something specific that you focus on that's so important to you that customers might just miss every time.
we've got this amazing, that one of the biggest processes of the whole restaurant was an amazing mural around the stairs of Stanley Bay in Hong Kong, and it wraps around the whole staircase. And literally for about 6 weeks, there were amazing artists up there with just tiny little sponges dotting the wall and creating this mural. And it was a really it was like an epic process for me as the kitchen was being built and the restaurant was coming into fruition, that every day I would go and talk to them and say hello and just look at the progress of this mural. And it honestly, it's one of the most, breathtaking piece of artwork. But I could imagine, people who appreciate it, they see it and go, wow. But then I could imagine, which I completely love as well, that people have a few too many Tommy's margaritas before they've come to the restaurant and they just cruise up the stairs ready
Yep.
to tuck into some fried rice and dumplings. They probably wouldn't even see it. So it's quite nice to have those little hidden gems in restaurants where, some people might come back 5 times and go, oh wow, is that mural new? And
Yeah.
no, it's been here. So it is cool. It is cool to have those details in a restaurant. So it's always a fun kind of process to watch them come alive, and then to have customers notice them as well.